blockchain has brought renewed interests and lots of money over the last year into areas of research which were for the last decade or three considered pretty niche. And that's been awesome if you work in any of these spaces. So for example, distributed systems computing. So again, distributed databases have existed for 30 or so years. But it's easy to say, don't use a blockchain, just use a database. But really, if we look at how distributed databases have worked over the last 3 decades, first of all, they're not widely deployed within enterprises, certainly not at the scale that people seem to think that they are. Second of all, they kind of lose stuff sometimes. And in order to address those challenges, people have been working on making consensus mechanisms more robust, making them support higher throughput, or figuring out how you challenge coordination, how you do leader election, how do you handle malicious actors within a system, perhaps. And all of that stuff collectively together is the same kind of research that's underpinning what's happening in both public blockchains and enterprise distributed ledgers. So, sure, if you use something already like Zookeeper or like etcd, they're very useful, but what if you were able to also have a decentralized version of that? What would a decentralized version mean? It would mean that perhaps you could change the trust model of the participants in that network, right? Or for systems where you have extremely high needs for understanding the ordering consistency across space and time of a distributed system, it gets really complicated. And that's another thing that public blockchains are solving for, right? So again, it's a spectrum of what your needs actually look like, but you can start playing around with some of the pieces here and actually create some really useful, interesting things.